In this video, we are going to talk about how to find surface area and lateral area of prisms and cylinders. So if you remember, a prism is a polyhedron with two bases, so two parallel bases. And so prisms and so cylinders have circular bases, and then prisms just have a different polygon for its base. So the lateral faces, so you have the bases are those two base shapes that are the same, parallel to one another. Then we have the lateral faces, which are just the edges. So if you think of this as maybe like a room in a house, your bases are the floor and ceiling, sort of, okay? And then the edges or the lateral faces are like the walls. Or if this were a box, like that you're going to wrap a present in or something, the hexagon, you could open it. It would be the top and bottom of the box for the bases, and then the edges or around the side of the box would be the lateral faces. Lateral edges just connect the bases. Okay, so these green on here, so the lateral edges just connect top to bottom. And then the surface area is the sum of all of the areas of the faces. So every single face up here. Okay, the two bases and the lateral faces, area of all of them added together. The lateral surface area is only the lateral faces. Okay, so the lateral area does not include the bases. Okay, surface area is all the surfaces. Lateral doesn't include the bases. So let's take a look at the formula. Okay, so if it's a shape that has two bases, okay, either polygon ones for prisms or circular ones for cylinders, the surface area is 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Okay, so big B here. So this big B is the base area, okay, is the area of your base. Then the P is the perimeter of your base. Okay, this is perimeter of the base. And then H is your height. Okay, the height of the shape, of the 3D shape. Okay, so the height connects the bases. Okay, it's the distance between the bases. So 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. And then the lateral surface area would just not include the bases. So the lateral area is just the perimeter times the height. That'll give you your lateral area. So let's take a look. This one has, this one's a net of a triangular pyramid. So if we fold it along these dotted lines, these 3 lateral faces would fold up to a dot, which really isn't a prism, it's a pyramid, right? But if we're doing surface area of the faces, okay, in a net like this, I would just find the area of one of these, and these are all 3 the same. Then we'd have the whole area. So we see this base of the triangle, okay, and remember area formula of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Okay, so the base of these triangles is 14. Okay, we see that labeled here. So we have 14 times the height of that triangle. Okay, so this height right here is the same as here, what they've labeled, 12.12 centimeters. So that's the height of each of these. So times 12.12. So 14 times 12.12 divided by 2 is the area of one of these little triangles. So 84.84 centimeters squared. That's for one of these. And then we've got 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would times this by 4 to get the total surface area of this net, which is 339.36 centimeters squared. So then this one right here is actually a rectangular prism. So if we folded these up, these 2 would be the bases, and then this would fold kind of around it to turn it into a rectangular prism. So these ones all kind of have different sizes, so we could just find the area of each little piece. All of the pieces are rectangles, okay? And to find the area of a rectangle, you just do base times height, right? So for this one is 9 by 14, so we'll just do 9 times 14, and we would get 126 for this one, centimeters squared. And then, so this 14, all of these are 14. So we have another 9 by 14 right here, 9 times 14. So this one's going to be 126 centimeters squared as well. This one over here, so we've got 9 by 12 for this one. So 9 times 12 is 108 centimeters squared. This 12 stays for this one. This middle one here would be 12 times 14. So we would get 168 centimeters squared here. This piece right here is 12, so this would be 12 times 9 again, which would be 108 centimeters squared. And then we just need this one. So again, this right here is 14. So this would be 14 times 12, which is 168. So surface area is just going to be adding all of those together. So we're just going to do 126 plus 108 plus 168 plus 108 plus 126 plus 168. And then just add those all together. So 126 plus 108 plus 168 plus 108 plus 126 plus 168, and you would get 804 centimeters squared for that surface area. So that's if it's just kind of all laid out as a net. You can just find each of the areas and add them all together. So then once we kind of spin it back into a prism like this, this is where you'd want to use your surface area formula. Okay, and so surface area, again, of a two-based shape is going to be 2 times the area of the base, since you have two bases, plus the perimeter times the height. Okay, so we need to find the area of the base, we need to find the perimeter of the base, and we need to find the height of the shape. Okay, so pick a base shape, whatever base you want it to be in this one, since they're all rectangles. Okay, so I'm going to do the blue one as my base. Okay, so I'm going to use this as the base. So this length right here is 6. This length right here is 4. Okay, so when I'm doing area of the base, that's going to be 6 times 4, which is 24 kilometers squared. Okay, then you want to do the perimeter of the base. So you got to do the perimeter of this same base. So all the way around these edges. Okay, so the perimeter of this base is going to be 6 plus 4. Okay, 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. So you're going to get 20 kilometers for that. Then you want the height of the 3D shape. Okay, so height, remember, connects bases. Okay, so this, the top part's the base, so down to the other base. So that's going to be your height connecting to the other base. So the height here is 4. Okay, this same measurement here. So the height of this shape is 4 kilometers. Then you'll plug it all into this surface area formula. So 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Area of the base was 24. Perimeter of the base is 20. Height of the 3D shape is 4. Then just calculate this. So you'd have 2 times 24 is 48. 20 times 4 is 80. Add those together, and you'd get 128, and it's area, so kilometers squared for that surface area. Okay, then a cylinder. So again, surface area is the same. It's got 2 bases, so 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Okay, so we need to find the area of the base, we need to find the perimeter of the base, and we need to find the height of the shape. Okay, so again, the base here is a circle. Okay, so we're going to be finding the area of this base. So area formula for a circle is pi times the radius squared. So pi times, now the radius in this one is 7. The diameter was 14, the radius is 7. Okay, so you'll do 7 times 3.14, and you get 153. Let me move this over. 153.86. Then you want to do so that's for the area, right? And then you want to do the perimeter, okay? So just around the circle. The other name for perimeter with a circle is circumference. So you want to do 2 times pi times the radius. So 2 times pi times 7 for this. So 2 times 3.14 times 7 is 43.96. And then height between the bases. So from the top circle to the bottom circle, how far is it? And that's 10. And then you'll plug it into the surface area formula. So 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Area of your base, 153.86. Perimeter of your base, 43.96. And then height of the shape is 10. So then you can just calculate this out in your calculator. So 2 times 153.86 is 307.72. And then 439.6 when you multiply these together. Now remember, this was 2B and this was pH. So this right here is actually the lateral area, right, without the bases. So this is your lateral area. Then when you add the bases on, this 2B, you get the surface area. So add 439.6 with the 307, and you get 747.32 centimeters squared. Last one, what is the surface area of a cylinder with a height of 2 yards and a radius of 2 yards? So just, you can draw yourself a picture if you want to. Okay, so draw a circle on top, 2 straight lines down, and then kind of a curve. And if you want, you can do a dotted line behind here to signify the back of the base. So the height is 2 yards. Remember, the height connects the 2 bases. So 2 yards. And then the radius is 2 yards. So for surface area, remember you need 2 times B plus pH. So you need to find the area of your base, which is pi times the radius squared. So multiply that in your calculator. So 2 squared times pi, and you get 12.56. Find the perimeter of your base, which is 2 times pi times the radius, which is 2. Multiply that in your calculator, and you're going to get 12.56. Then you need the height between the bases, which is 2. Okay, so this was the height, right? Then plug it into the surface area formula. So 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Okay, area of the base was 12.56. Perimeter of the base was 12.56. And then the height was 2. So multiply these out. And you get surface area equals, okay, so 25.12 here, 25.12 here. Add those together, and your surface area is 50.24, and then yards squared.